Good afternoon, Patriots. This is the American Vision, and I'm your host, Bill Muckler, coming to you from my home studio in Cocoa, Florida. And today I'm really excited. I have a very special guest, and that's Juli-Andra Fuentes, and she's coming to us from Glendale, Colorado. So, Julie, welcome to the American Vision. I'm so glad to have you on.
Thank you, Bill. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So anyway, tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you originally from Colorado, and a little bit about your background?
Sure. Yes, I was born and raised in Colorado, and really have seen this state grow, and I'm very fond of wanting to keep it, in good hands. I would like to. My son went to Cherry Creek, and I went to West. So my background is I have a background in some real estate. I do a little bit of marketing, internet marketing. I studied a lot of religion, and so now I'm doing IT. I'm doing IT at CSU.
So it sounds like you got a very varied background, and a very good one too. So the reason we got together is through some mutual friends. I've learned about and kind of followed the politics in Colorado, and I think there's a lot on the national news about everything from cannabis to I can imagine all the things. But anyway. You had a Governor Hickenlooper, and then he was succeeded by Governor Jared Polis. And now Polis apparently has not lived up to expectations, and you are the chairman now of the official Recall Polis campaign. So would you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'm the chairman for the official Recall Colorado Governor Jared Polis, and our mission is to recall Jared Polis. He's been in office for about 4 months, 2 weeks now, and in that amount of time, he has passed over 200 bills that are killing our economy, that are liberty stealing, and even a bill that is a radically sex education bill for children. And so, yeah, he bought his way into the governorship. He spent his own money, over $23 million. And if we look at the numbers in the different counties, we can see that they just don't add up. He dominated in counties where he should not have come close to dominating based on just the voting population alone, via Republicans and independents. He campaigned on a moderate platform and has basically kind of just thrown that to the wind, and even those who voted for him are joining our group and are very angry with what he's done so far.
Now, you mentioned that he has been in office for about 4 months plus, so he came in the beginning of 2019, and you say he's already passed 200 bills. Are those bills that went through the legislature, or is he just doing executive orders?
No, he's just signing radical bills that are pushed through him. He hasn't basically turned down any bill. So any bill that's set on his desk, he's signing, including bills that are, overturning what the voters already voted for in November.
So can you give us an example of some of the things? I know Colorado is rich in energy and production. How's he affecting that?
Yeah, so the oil and gas bill, we had an oil and gas bill that came about in November, which we voted against by 13 points. And Colorado is energy strong, so we have over 280,000 people employed in oil and gas. And so he's just gone ahead and just overturned that bill that we've already, turned down, and he's went ahead and passed it. So that affects, working class families mainly. But yeah, over 280,000 jobs. And what he's doing is making it hard for oil and gas to stay in business here. And so a lot of people are just leaving. In my apartment complex alone of 77 units, we've lost 4 tenants. that are just packing up and going. But that doesn't even include how it will affect, the automotive industry here, how much it's going to cost to heat your home. And it's just going to trickle down. It's going to be a downward trickle of how it's going to affect. Meanwhile, he's apparently invested very well in Canadian oil and gas.
I see. That's really interesting. And we all know that when a major industry leaves or is shut down or diminished, that it has a ripple effect or a domino effect on all the other businesses, including all the small businesses that provide services and goods to those industries. So tell me now, so what got you started in recalling Governor Polis?
Well, I got a text about 6-7 weeks ago, and it was from a friend of mine who started the Facebook page, and he needed help getting people approved because we had so many people that were trying to join the group. It was exploding by the thousands. And so I didn't think really much of it. I just said, sure, I'll help you. And then here we are 7 weeks later. I'm the chair. We've got a issue committee, we've got a full-on board, and we've raised over $40,000, and we are just we're just going to take it all the way to the finish line.
So this is really a grassroots, right at the grassroots, at the roots of the grassroots campaign then.
Yeah, it's very grassroots. It's nonpartisan really and multi-partisan. We've got people across the board that are really passionate about saving the state from really radical socialist agenda that he's trying to bring about.
How's the media portraying him? Are they because we know the national media really leans far to the left, and it sounds to me like he's really leaning far to the left.
Well, so yeah, mainstream media such as like Channel 9 News has painted us as Nazis and painted us as, anti-Semite, and, it's just been this really very radical picture that they've tried to paint to their people. But the interesting thing is that the 9 News, for example, has about a viewership of about 40,000, but we have about 40,000 on our Facebook page alone. So we actually have about the same viewership that they have. And, most people know that that's just how the progressive socialists work. They call everyone Nazis, they call everyone anti-Semites, they kind of point the picture while they live in, point the fingers while they live in glass houses. So it's been interesting that actually got us going, because with all the negative media that we actually had a couple of just local independents that decided to come up and give us positive media, and that actually started it flowing. So we've gotten really a lot of great press from the local media, a lot of the radio stations, a lot of the radio talk shows, and so it's been interesting.
You're located in Glendale, which from what I understand is somewhat between Denver and Colorado Springs. So you're along I-25. What about the western part of the state and the rest of the state? Are they involved in this, or are you getting them involved?
Yeah, well, we have representatives from all 64 counties in Colorado. It's been very interesting because we have, well over 300 volunteers that are, really actively involved, helping moderate the Facebook page, helping, hold meet and greets, helping get the message out, helping write, letters and whatnot, and everything that needs to be done, helping with the design, our logo. And so we've just had an overwhelming pouring out of support for this cause, and people really understand that it's really up to us to take our state back, and then hopefully our country from this radical agenda that's sweeping our nation.
I also understand that this past Saturday, I think it would have been May the 4th, that Polis had a town hall meeting at a high school in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and that ended up in quite a fiasco. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, we have a volunteer, LaDonna Robertson, who you know, really has taken this bull by the horns, and so she went up to Colorado Springs with a group of her people, and they were just, you know, went to the town hall meeting, and at the end of it, they were, you know, saying recall, recall, and one of the security guards put his hands on LaDonna and forcefully pulled her across the chairs. She ended up falling to the ground, and it was very aggressive bully act by this man who has since been fired, as it was covered on they did catch it on film, and so that was lucky for LaDonna. She's still in a lot of pain, however. When I talked to her this morning, she said she just doesn't feel good, and she's, you know, just not, you know, she's still going to have some time to recover. She had a sprained wrist, sprained back, bruises, and I think she's just overall traumatized.
And she was there with her granddaughter, from what I understand, helping or showing her granddaughter how the political process in America works. And apparently, you mentioned that they call your movement Nazis, but it looks like Governor Polis is the real Nazi there.
Well, yeah, and it was really, you know, really sad to see LaDonna's granddaughter on the video there. She just looked terrified, and I think she's only 10 years old, and so to see that is really very, very sad that people, you know, with this kind of power and money think that they can just not only bully you with their power and money, but then physically assault you. Is just really terrifying. And yeah, you know, it's people like Polis who, you know, really just bought his way into the governorship, and you know, he does have a history. He actually, there's a past with him where he actually assaulted an employee. So he's and he changed his name, or he started using his middle name after that. But yeah, this is not the first time that him or his people have, you know, assaulted, you know, average everyday individuals.
Yeah, I saw some of the video, and I saw the security guard, and to me, I thought, this is the face of evil, and he just portrayed what Governor Polis stands for. So I can understand why you would have an official recall for him.
Yeah, well, it really is a fight between good and evil. You know, if we want to put it in those terms, you know, the radical, they have a comprehensive human sex ed bill, which literally is evil. It says that you cannot stigmatize children with gender norms. You can't introduce to them any kind of religion, theology, but you must actually teach them LGBT relational experiences. So, you know, if an adult is teaching relational sexual experiences to a child, you know, that can only be called one thing. And, you know, evil is what it is.
So how can people who are watching this video get in contact with you, or can they contact people in their local counties? And also, I would think that what's happening here is going to start happening in other states across the nation. So I think all of us, whether we're in Florida or wherever, better start paying attention.
Yes, it actually is happening everywhere. And I was looking at some property in Tennessee, and just by chance came across a bill a radical bill where they said you can't even drink raw milk from your own cow. I reached out to that senator, his name was Senator Briggs, and I got this response accusing me of being with commercial dairy. But as I was looking into that city or that state, they were pushing through at least one a day as well. And as far as like Polis has been concerned, he's pushed through over one a day since he's been in office. So yeah, and it doesn't matter if they're Democrats or Republicans, they're pushing these through. The legislatures are pushing them through, and those that are, you know, have the power to turn them down are just signing them, and they're going through. And then all, you know, with every bill that's passed, you know, it's just another liberty that we've lost.
Now, I looked at your web page. You're on Facebook, but tell us about your web page. You said you work in IT, so people can go to your web page and donate and learn more. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Our website is www.officialrecallpolis.com. And there's a lot of information that you can find, including the county that you want to join. If you go to About Us, learn more. There's also a video that's on there, Rocky Mountain Heist, that I believe Michelle Malkin did, that is a very informative about how we got to where we got to, how we got here, and how much money and power is backing this group. So yeah, www.officialrecallpolis.com, and there's just a plethora of information that you can get. We'll be updating it as new information comes, and then you can donate there as well as sign up to volunteer.
Okay, what have I not asked you to talk about, or what would you like to talk about that we missed?
Well, I think we've covered a lot. I mean, I encourage everybody to go, especially if you live in Colorado or whatever state you live in. I think that the main thing is, you know, we the people have been busy working, we raise families, we're going to school. We're not paying attention to what our legislatures are doing, and what they're doing is very, very harmful. And so one of the things that I would just ask people, go to their governor's website and really look at the bills that are being passed and read them thoroughly, because you know, if we don't take care of it, then they will take care of it, and they don't have our best interest in mind. I think, you know, we need to realize that it's we the people that we either consent to be governed by, you know, this, or, you know, we choose not to. And we have that power, and it doesn't matter how much money that they have or how much power they have. We the people ultimately have the power, and we have to exercise it or we will lose it. That's
for sure. So Juli-Andra, it's so good to have you on our show, and I wish you the greatest success in your recall campaign and petition. So God bless you, and thank you again.
God bless you. Thank you so much, Bill, for having me.
Okay, Patriots, I'm back, and I hope you enjoyed the video and meeting Juli-Andra Fuentes, and I hope that you'll be able to give her some support. It could be donating some time or money or whatever. Contact her, and that's at www.officialrecallpolis.com, and Polis is P-O-L-I-S. He's the governor of Colorado. And we all got to get behind this, because we need to let these politicians know they can't run roughshod over we the people and just start passing bills that are really harming our states. And that's what's happening in the beautiful state of Colorado. I love that state. I've been there many times. I've worked there as a consultant, and it's just a fantastic place. And we don't want to lose these states like Colorado to people with a very far left radical agenda. So anyway, I hope you will watch what's happening in Colorado and get behind Juli-Andra and help them any way you can. So to all my viewers, thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. God bless our armed forces personnel on active duty, our veterans, and God bless our America. And God save our America, and God save our Colorado, because we need you now more than ever before.